Hi, I'm Barbie Armenta, freedom coach and beauty expert. We're talking beauty from the inside out. It is my passion to inspire women to bravely live their most authentic and purposeful life. And you are watching Brave Conversations with Barbie. And I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm just really excited to share with you how I found freedom with food. And I know that sounds crazy, but I have been on this health journey over the last year, and I am not an expert and I'm not trying to sell a product. I just have met a lot of people that have been on similar journeys, and so I just wanted to share mine with you today. You see, about 5 years ago, I married my husband, and I was probably in the best shape I'd been in years. Although I had not gained any weight in like 10 years, I had was starting really working out and eating really healthy right before we got married, because that's what you do. You gotta look. I not only wanted to look good in the dress, but I wanted to be fabulous on the beach for our honeymoon. So had really been getting in shape, but I had sworn I was not going to be that person that gained weight right after they got married. That happy married weight, that was not going to be me. And I didn't. I continued to do what I was doing. I continued working out. And about a year in, I started putting on weight and really couldn't figure out why. I was eating things like Ezekiel toast and natural peanut butter, and I was eating low-fat yogurt and cooking healthy meals, and the scale just kept going up. And I wasn't sure why. And I was getting fatigued, had a lot of anxiety. I was starting to feel depressed. I would literally, in the middle of the day, I would be working at my computer and I could just doze off. And I went to two different doctors, both of which said, "Oh, you're just getting older." And I was like 45. "You're just getting older. Oh, you got married. It's just that." And I thought, no, there are plenty of women in their 50s that look fabulous, and I want to be one of them. And so I didn't talk about it anymore. I kept worrying about it because I was feeling so depressed and I felt so bad about myself. And I felt bad that I felt like this was something I was doing to my husband, that I swore I wasn't going to gain weight. And he wasn't saying anything. It was just me. And I could walk up the stairs and get fatigued. And I didn't want to tell anyone that because it just felt like a loser. The doctor said there's nothing wrong with me. And then finally, about a year ago, one of my clients was sharing with me that she had Hashimotos, which is an autoimmune hypothyroid disease. And she was telling me all the symptoms, and it was everything I just named. It was weight gain, it was brain fog, anxiety, depression, fatigue, and thinning of the eyebrows. I was like, I even have that one. I have all these symptoms. And so she loaned me a book, and I started reading about it and realizing how many of these things fit me. But my husband had just changed jobs, so our insurance was not going to kick in for 60 days. So I was like, it recommended that you eliminate things in your diet. And so that's what I did. A year before that, a friend had given me a book called It Starts With Food, that was the Whole30. And when I found out that you couldn't eat basically anything, you had to give up even beans and peanut butter, I was like, no, I'm out. I'm not going to do it. So I had to dust that book off, and I got it out. It's Elimination Diet. So I started doing that. And within 2 weeks, this fog had lifted. I had mental clarity. I just felt good. I had more energy, and I started losing some weight. So I was convinced that I had self-diagnosed correctly, and just continued doing that for 60 days until I could go to my doctor's appointment. And I found a doctor that would do a full thyroid panel, which is what's recommended to diagnose Hashimoto's. So I went, I got it confirmed for me that that's what it was. She told me to keep doing what I was doing with my food, and I didn't stay quite so strict, but I eliminated dairy, gluten, and sugar. And then she put me on a low dose natural thyroid. So that's what I started a year ago, and since then it's been an incredible, it may not sound like freedom, but this has been what freedom looks like to me, was just that knowledge that I did know what was wrong, I did know how to fix it. And so I started changing how I ate, and I've landed on just this paleo diet. and not promoting the paleo diet. What I am suggesting is that you have to be an advocate for yourself. You know yourself better than anyone. You know your body, and just keep asking questions, and until you find the answers, and educate yourself. I do so much research online. I found different people online that are teaching me how to cook for what I can eat. I have found how to even make desserts and things that I enjoy, that within these boundaries I know what I can eat, and that is freedom, because I spent so many years doing the eat this, not that. We're inundated with eat whole grains, don't eat grain, eat fat, don't eat fat. And it's like, how do we ever know? And it's just really what I discovered was just through that elimination diet, I was able to find what my body reacted to, what it didn't react to, and that has been freedom for me. The other thing is owning it. Once you find what works for you, I worried so much, I still do sometimes, but I worried so much about what other people were going to think. And let me just say, we food shame. Whether you're at a table with someone and you're eating a salad and they're having a burger, somehow that makes them uncomfortable that you're having the salad. But then it goes the other way. You order the burger and you feel like people are looking at you like, oh, I can't believe you're eating that. So I just feel like we just have to own that this is what works for me. You do what works for you. I'm going to do what works for me. And I used to worry about what the waiter was going to think. What's he going to think if I order the burger with no bun and no cheese? But why? What difference does it make? Because this is my health that I'm worried about right now. And the other thing is, like holidays and stuff, people would say, you're going to do that today? And it's like, yep, and every day. This is just how I have to live. And I've realized you can celebrate without having food that's not good for you. And, I think in our society, we do so much around food, and it's really important to me. Family dinner has always been really important to me. And so I still cook for my family, and they eat often the same things I eat, and they enjoy it because I've learned to cook that way. But then I also make things for them, and that's okay if I can't have it. But I plan ahead. My husband and I went to celebrate our 5th anniversary, and we went to Austin for the weekend. So before we ever left, we knew we wanted to go out for a nice dinner. So I looked up menus online, and I found who has something that I can enjoy the entire meal. There's an appetizer I can have, there's an entree, and they even had a flourless chocolate cake. So I was able to eat, enjoy my whole meal and celebrate our anniversary, and it was phenomenal, the whole thing. And I just want to encourage you that in everything in our life, God gives us these guidelines and guardrails for our protection, not for punishment. And if I focused on the things I can't have, I would be miserable. I would stay angry about the fact I can't have it. But I don't. I try to focus on all the things I can enjoy. And our perspective is everything. And the same with other areas of our lives. When we stop stomping our foot and demanding whatever is outside of what we're supposed to be doing or having or saying, and we will find that peace and joy that God really has for us. So that's my prayer for you, is that you will find that freedom in Christ. But as always, this is not a conversation without you. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear about your story, answer any questions that you might have. So whether you're on YouTube or on Facebook or over on the blog, I would love to hear from you. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Spa Barbie. And also, if you want more information about my one-on-one coaching, or also, don't forget, I have an upcoming live event in the Dallas area on September 30th at the Old Community Well, and I would love to see you there. Space is very limited. We do have some spaces left, so you can also find that at rightcombination.net. But until next time, remember to put your brave on.